What's up guys, my name is Josh and tonight is a super exciting night because I'm going to teach you all how to make a super simple dish that's just complicated enough to impress your friends. Puerco Pibil or Pork Pibil. I've made this for family members, co-workers. This is a perfect dish to make on dates. I'm going to teach you my variation of how I've learned to make it over the past 20 years. I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do. So here we go. What you will need is annatto seeds or annatto ground. In my case, I got most all my things ground because I just had a whole bunch of ground spices and that's just what I decided to use, but you can use whole too. Ground cumin, ground allspice, pepper, ground cloves, salt. In my case, I'm going to use Himalayan pink salt, minced garlic, 5 lemons, orange juice, white vinegar, and a couple mini peppers. You can use jalapenos, but the people I make it for don't seem to like spice. And 5 pounds of pork. Now this is just pork loin, but you can use pork butt. It's just always super hard for me to find. Take your ground annatto and get 5 tablespoons. Half a teaspoon of ground cloves, 1 tablespoon of black pepper, about 3/4 teaspoon of allspice. So not quite to the top, but pretty darn close. 2 tablespoons of salt. Now we're going to switch gears for a minute here. We're going to find ourselves a blender. We're going to move the spices aside and we're going to pull this blender out. We're going to take our 2 peppers, we're going to wash them, and we're going to set them down. We're going to take a knife and we're going to chop those babies up. We're going to take half a cup of orange juice. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So little left. Half a cup of white vinegar. 1.5 tablespoons of minced garlic. 1 good one. Take your mini peppers, grab those all up in there, put them in. Now wash your lemons. Take your 5 washed lemons. Start cutting them in half. Take your half lemons. Squeeze all the juice on in there. Grab your spice bowl and dump it on in there. Now this is the fun part, we get to blend it. Take your pork, grab a knife and start cutting it. And you're going to want to cut it into 2-inch squares. Get yourself a gallon Ziploc bag. Start placing the meat inside the bag. Take your blended up sauce and pour it into the baggie. Ziploc the bag closed. Start mixing it all around that pork. Make sure the bag doesn't pop open. It's almost happened to me a couple times. Now you can let it sit in the bag for a couple hours, even overnight. I've done that before, but tonight we're just gonna throw it right in the pan. Get yourself a large pan, big enough to hold that 5 pounds of pork. Grab yourself some tin foil. Take that tin foil and line the pan. Once your pan is good and lined, take that bag that has the meat and the sauce and just dump it all on in there. Spread the meat out evenly. Take some more aluminum foil and cover the top. Now you're going to want to seal this really tight because that is how it cooks. It steams the pork and that is what you want. So you want to get it real good and tight on there. Preheat your oven to 325. This meal is actually from the Mayan culture, and what they would do is they would take the pork and they would wrap it in banana leaves, and they'd get smoldering coals. They'd dig a hole and put smoldering coals down there, and they'd put the pork wrapped in banana leaves in there, and then they'd bury it, and that's how they would cook it. That's super cool, super unique, and you can use banana leaves rather than wrapping it in tin foil, but I just can never find banana leaves. If you want to bring that level of impressed friends up, then get some banana leaves and wrap the pork in that and then cover it with tin foil. And we're gonna let that pork cook for 4 hours. So you can put it on in and you can go about your business and just let that pork slow cook for 4 hours. Now while we're waiting for this to cook, I'll just tell you a little bit about why I do this. I'm a musician. I like being creative, and I found that cooking is a really great way for me to have another creative outlet. I never follow a recipe exactly how it is. It's just another creative outlet, just like playing guitar, just like singing. It's fun, exciting. I'm not trying to get rich off this. It's just a cool hobby of mine. So I thought I would share my knowledge with other people. All right, guys, you know what that means. Let's check out our final product. Ooh, look at that. Oh, I love how it just falls apart. Da bomb, as they say in the 90s. Serve this meal over a bed of white rice or brown rice. You can also put it in tortillas. It will be delicious. It has a very unique taste, so be prepared for that. I love it, and I know many other people who love it too. So thanks for hanging out with me tonight, guys. You know, this has been fantastic, and stay creative. Now this is the fun part, we get to blend it.